Good evening, everyone, and welcome to J. Doyle Field on the campus of East Brunswick High School. I'm Phil Peterson, and I'll be calling the play-by-play for tonight's boys soccer match between the East Brunswick Bears and the South Brunswick Vikings. The Vikings of South Brunswick come into town sporting a record of 6-2. Chris Haston, in his third year as head coach, is very pleased with the team's performance thus far. Having lost 8 starters from a team that was a GMC tournament finalist in 2004, the Vikings have a lineup that includes 5 sophomores among the starters. The winds of change have swept through the boys soccer program in East Brunswick this season. Only 2 starters returned from last year's team, and first-year head coach Terry McKibben has been working feverishly to find an offensive combination that has thus far eluded him. The Bears entered today's match with a record of 4 wins, 4 losses, and a tie. The defense has provided a bright spot in the early going, but the Bears have yet to find a solid marksman up front. In 2004, the Vikings and Bears split their 2 meetings. These 2 teams have developed a strong rivalry in the past few years, almost rivaling that between the Bears and St. Joe's. Tonight is senior night, a yearly tradition where the senior players honor their parents prior to the match. Sit back and relax, as in just a moment we'll be ready for the start of tonight's festivities. Okay, we're all set to begin tonight's festivities on senior night here in East Brunswick. Parents and their sons are lining up off to your left, as you see on your screen, ready to parade through the cheerleaders. This is an annual event. Both the boys and then the girls in October will do the same thing, where it's kind of an honor, players honoring their parents and vice versa for their commitment to the soccer program, not just through high school, but many of these kids have been playing since they were 5 and 6 years old. And some of them may continue through college as well. We can only hope. Now, East Brunswick could certainly use a spark tonight. They've got a 4-4-1 record right now, which by East Brunswick standards is, well, not quite what they were hoping for at this point. But again, it's a young team, and as you've always heard, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. So hopefully they can build on their first 9 games and continue on. And tonight, as I said, we'll be honoring the senior boys soccer team members and their parents for their commitment and dedication to the soccer program. And they've provided many enjoyable memories over the years, and they will be missed. And we wish them all the success in their future.
Tonight we will honor our senior boys soccer team.
Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger and High School Principal Bob Murphy along the field, along with Coach Terry McKibben. Along with Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Magistro. And the first to come through is Mark Abramowitz and his mother, Elizabeth. Next will be Brian Robles and parents Isabel and Fernando, receiving congratulations from the Committee of 3. And here we have Lee Selby with his parents, Sandy and Steve. Next, Dan Shalakar with his parents, Audrey and Sia. Hiro Sato, along with his parents, Kazuko and Hideki. Hero's been injured this year and is sorely missed by the East Brunswick team. Next to come through is Samir Singh and parents Pushpa and Arun. And here we have Justin Granite with his mother Melanie and father Ronald. And that siren is not for Justin, but hopefully just a test. Nick Salazar escorted by his mother Debbie and father John. And here we have Amir Faksoda and his parents, Suzanne and Mustafa. And Alex Feld with his parents, Paula and Jerry. And last but certainly not least, we have team manager Craig Distel and his parents, Allison and Steve. Meanwhile, the South Brunswick team on the far side of the field is probably cooling down considerably after spending about 35-40 minutes warming up. No. As you heard from my opening, East Brunswick does have a new coach this year, first-year coach Terry McKibben, replacing longtime Bears coach Dan Haston, who has been ill. But Coach Haston asked us to send his best wishes for success to the Bears boys soccer team tonight and to the seniors. He expressed his sincere hope for a good year and continued success in college. And on behalf of us here at EBTV, we wish him all the best and hopefully a speedy recovery. And we'll be back in just a moment for the start of tonight's action. Well, both teams have taken the field here, anxiously awaiting the whistle to start tonight's game. Going from left to right on your screen will be the Bears in their home whites with the green shorts, and subsequently from right to left will be the visitors from South Brunswick in their yellow jerseys and black shorts. Starting tonight for South Brunswick in goal, Tom Liebering, Anthony Viverka, Kyle Saviano, John Allers, Zach Zenda, Troy Confessori, Brian Keller, Peter Fiorentino, John Bird, Kevin Namju, and Dan Gurney. For the Bears, we've got Lee Selby, Mike Morgan, Evan Bransdorfer, Nick Salazar, Justin Granite, Amir Faxade, Hiro Sato, Brett Reiner, Chris Hajar, Dan Shalakar in goal, and Mark Abramowitz. Early action has the ball down in South Brunswick's end. South Brunswick, that's a handball on the part of the Bears. Abramowitz was no way he was going to sneak that one past the referee. And South Brunswick puts it back. Headed on through by Kyle Saviano. I think so. One of the frustrations with the Bears so far this year is their inability to put some lengthy combinations together in passing. The ball seems to be played in the air much too much. Number 10 for South Brunswick, Zach Zenda. The long throw in deep into the box. Headed out, one touch clear again. And Zach will retake the throw. In case you're just tuning in, we're barely 2 minutes into action. This boys Greater Middlesex Conference match between the host East Brunswick Bears and the visitors from South Brunswick. Long free kick, headed back into the zone by South Brunswick, and the Bears will get a throw in. Correction, the Vikings. Another long throw by Dan Gurney. Bears playing it through the middle. Trying to open up the field a little. Played long through, headed on by Brad Reiner. And Lee Selby throws it in. He'll get another crack at it. Looking for any movement out there. Headed along by Nick Salazar. Flicked on by Reiner. Ball played dangerously through the middle, intercepted by Zenda. Tried to get a return pass, but the Bears were on it. Double teaming. Breakdown. Ball played nicely down the right side. Selby bringing it back on the defense. Trying to restart. Almost a collision between Hiro Sato, who's been injured quite a bit of the year. Nice shot by Mark Abramowitz. Sails over the net, but I think Coach McKibben at this point would take all the shots he can get. Bears have been very strong in moving the ball around, but they just can't seem to find that one go-to guy that can consistently put the ball in the net for him. Selby left-footed back out the middle. Touched outside by Reiner. Oh, misplayed by the Bears defense. And a score. At the 35th minute. Tough play on the part of the Bears as Mike Morgan slipped down there trying to defend against the oncoming forward. And unfortunately for him, it was close range to the goal, and South Brunswick basically had a tap in. And they jump out on top in the 35th minute. Excuse me, in the 5th minute, 1-0. Well, as difficult a time as East Brunswick has had scoring goals this year, they're really going to have to turn up the offense now. Racing down the sideline, Nick Salazar. And the ball did go out of bounds. We have a free kick here from Reiner. On the far right side, see if he's got any cutters coming in. Chested down, crack of the net, oh, off the crossbar. That shot off the crossbar, off the foot of Mike Morgan. Unlucky for him. By far the Bears' best opportunity early in this match. Short goal kick. Chested down, put out to the right. Nice one-touch flick. Just out of the reach of Reiner. South Brunswick, nice play, nice takeaway by Sato. He has been sorely missed so far this year. He's been out injured most of the year. And basically, last year was the go-to guy. Also hampering the Bears tonight is the not having senior Brian Robles in the lineup. After an incident in their last game against Piscataway, he's sitting out this one. Nice give and go if they can get some space, but South Brunswick patient in their positioning. Lee Selby dribbles through the middle. Tries to banana kick it down the corner, just out of their reach. A little too far ahead of Mark Abramowitz. And Liebering will put the ball back into play. Actually hands off to the sweeper for the Vikings, Dan Gurney. South Brunswick keeping numbers back, breaking in. But Liebering way off his line to intercept that before Salazar had a chance to connect on it. It's Mike Morgan, who is very strong on the ball in the air. Number 8 for the Vikings. Got an offside call against the Vikings. Flicked on. Evan Brandsdorfer. Young sophomore trying to add a little spark as he has just entered the game. I'll tell you, the way this day looked earlier, it was unlikely we were even going to have a match with the rain and the winds coming down, but it has cleared up beautifully. Nice cool air for an early autumn evening. And Hiro Sato comes out, replaced by number 16, Raphael Smith. And we've got an injured Viking on the far side of the field. The clock has stopped, so we're going to take a quick break here while they attend to the injured player, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, we've got the injured player up and carted off the field. The Bears retake the throw-in. And now we'll get a goal throw-in. Shane Foley. And taken down from behind was Abramowitz. Right at midfield. South Brunswick bringing numbers way back. They're not going to let anything sneak by. And with an early 1-0 lead, you can almost sense the Bears put a little more pressure up front, and South Brunswick going into a little bit of a shell. Salviano over to the right wing. Intercepted. That dangerous crown in the football field. Do it every time. Salviano over to Zenda. Crosses in. Shalakar nicely off his line to intercept that before anything can happen. Long punt towards Brandsdorfer. Abramowitz had it taken away. Morgan steps up nicely. There's the Vikings with 5 people back. Very conscious of the East Brunswick forwards around him. Flicked on nicely by Reiner. A lot of time and space in the middle for Hajar. Hajar trying to track down the speedy Fiorentino, who scored the only goal in South Brunswick's victory over Old Bridge this past Tuesday. Brandsdorfer doing a nice job of coming back after that ball, fighting off Ververka. And again, South Brunswick with 5 guys back. Except for that one shot the Bears had off the crossbar early. It's been a very quiet evening so far for Tom Liebring. Selby. Back to Shalakar. Nicely outside. Play confined between the 18-yard lines for most of the match. Dan Shalakar roaming freely off his line to cut that off. Nice flick on by Foxade. Definitely one of the toughest names I've ever had to pronounce here. Hajar. Left side over to Granite. Abramowitz spins. Gets a ball across, but a little too far out of the reach. That's what it's going to take right now for the Bears to generate something. Is keep dishing the ball into the box and having people crash in onto it. Make life miserable for Liebring back there. Nice takeaway by Reiner. Side steps, but Good coverage by the Vikings. Reiner once again. Nudged off. Good fair shoulder charge in the box. Well, the fact that there were 3 Vikings surrounding Reiner that time means there's got to be 2 open Bear players someplace on the field. Just a matter of finding them and getting the ball to them. Bransdorf with a nice flick on. Intercepted by Tyree. Selby stepping up. He's got to hustle back. Takedown by Morgan. He knew it. Fouls against him, but the way the Vikings were storming downfield, it might not have been a bad foul to take at that point, although I'm sure that wasn't his intention. Short play as all the Bears lined up deep in the box. Saviano. Granite playing the ball down the field. Off the ground, and it's going to result in a free kick just at the top of the box for South Brunswick. See how the Bears stack up on defense. Try to keep everybody up about 12 yards from the keeper. Look for him to go right for the net here. Oh, short play. That's a tough play with the people right. Nice shot by Saviano. Short goal kick over to Selby. Puts it forward, but nobody there. Hajar. Looking left. Trying to get it down. Trying to get some overlapping by Granite. Straight ahead attack is not going to do it against South Brunswick tonight. Overlapping, lateral movement. And then having the ball handler, making sure the ball handler has the ability to get the ball delivered the right time in the right place. Raphael Smith tries to get a return pass and does. But touched out by the Vikings. We have 3 new players coming in for the Bears. Robert Campos, Brett Handelman, and Naru Sato. Replace Selby, Abramowitz, and Reiner for East Brunswick. I'd say this half the Bears have had the territorial advantage. But time in the other team's end does not count towards victory until you put the ball between the pipes. Ball flicked on by Saviano. Bransdorfer with it. Touches it through to Sato. Nice takeaway. Sato was breaking in for a shot. A nice slide tackle by the Viking defender. And East Brunswick will get a corner kick out of this. Left-footed in-swinger. Flicked out by Tyree. Handelman keeps it in. Salazar dogging the defender and resulting in a throw-in for the Bears. Chris Hajar setting himself up. Line drive throw. Handelman tracking down Fiorentino. The speedy sophomore. Campos tried to feed Salazar, breaking down the right wing, but marked too tightly. And we got a holding call against number 10, Zach Zenda, for South Brunswick. Handelman will line up this free kick about 40 yards from the Viking goal. Chip into the box. Headed away by Dan Gurney. Missed the handball there, the official did. And his defense, so many people there, I'm sure he was obstructed in his vision. And we'll get a fresh substitute for South Brunswick as Steve Smoke checks into the game, replacing Fiorentino up on the front line. Handelman feeds through the middle. Brandsdorfer. Bear forwards being marked very tightly. Have to work hard to get this space. Handelman, nice cutback. Bides himself some time. Smith. That was a great play, but the trouble with that left-footed in-swinger was it was swinging away from his forward. I mean, the idea was great. That's what they're going to need to do. Tough play coming up. Good shielding on the part of Chris Hajar there. Otherwise, John Allers was in all alone. Shalakar had come off his line to try to play that. See if Zenda uncorks another long throw. And he does. Effective as any free kick you're going to see. Tyree can't get a foot on it. It's just blocked away. East Brunswick coming upfield. Nice stop. Handelman shifted through the middle there. Now revert back to his right side defense. Let's see if the Bears can capitalize on this free kick a little closer into the goal. Got 10 Vikings lined up on the 18-yard. Ball played in, and Liebring catches it without any problem. And every Viking was back on defense that time. And the problem with that for Liebring was he had nobody up front to receive that punt. Ball played through nicely. Zenda breaking through. Nice shield. Good play by Handelman to keep Zenda from having a dead-on kick. We got a 2-on-1 here. Salazar and Brandsdorf are in deep. Salazar couldn't get the ball out far enough. Otherwise, Brandsdorf are going to walk that ball into the net. Handelman taking nicely through the midfield. Oh, ball just got a little too far ahead of him. Trying to draw out some of those defenders so we could slide a pass over to either Salazar or Brandsdorfer, but ball just got a little step ahead of him. Bromwood's back in the game. And Mike Morgan will have a seat. Well, if you just joined us, we're about 25 minutes in to this first half of the boys GMC soccer match between the host East Brunswick Bears and the visitors from South Brunswick, the Vikings. Vikings getting an early goal in the 5th minute off a miscue from the Bears defense. An unfortunate slip allowed the Viking player to basically have a wide open net, and that's all the scoring we've had so far. The Bears have had their chances. The shot earlier ringing off the crossbar by Mike Morgan. Well, the fans are yelling for a foul. Well, the referee made the right non-call because Smith had possession of it and would have, at the time, taken away his advantage. See, I can praise the officials once in a while. Gurney puts it to nobody. Just out of the reach of Campos. Zenda. Over to Foley. 3 Bear defenders back to take that away from Allers. That'll be a handball. Again, with both teams marking so tightly, I don't think we've seen more than 1 or 2 passes put together at any one time between the teams. Little chip. Liebering fast off his line. Boy, an active, confident keeper certainly makes for a easier time playing defense. Tyree. Popped out by Handelman. Gurney looking around. That looked like it had gone off the Bears' head, but apparently not. Excuse me, it did. I thought it went off a South Brunswick head. And Zenda, they better be awake out there in the box. He's got an incredibly long throw. Ball cut back. Headed out of danger. Well, the wind's starting to pick up considerably out there. That flag is blowing straight out right now. Very calm at the beginning of the match. And right now, the wind is in the Bears' favor. They should take advantage of it. Long kick. Campos trying to fight for it. He'll take the throw in. To Abramowitz. See if he can get it across. Nice job to keep it in bounds and get it across. And they'll take a throw in deep by the corner. Nice cutback by Selby. Nice. Try to swing it back, not quite a bicycle kick, but hey, they've had the pressure. They just cannot get the ball in the net. They're feeling if they get one, then the second one won't be too far behind for them. Brandsdorfer. Tyree for the Vikings. Misplayed. Step up by DeSato. We got a ball going across. Oh, headed out just over the bar. That's going to be a corner kick as that got deflected. Off the foot of Faxade. The keeper was down. The ball was about 20 yards from the goal. Again, sustained pressure by the Bears. See if we can swing this one in. A little too deep. Hit that corner kick about 50 yards. A little further than he was hoping. Naru. Handelman into the box. Brandsdorf with a nice little flick. Might have gone off the Viking defender, which is why Liebring made such an effort to keep the ball in play. I'd say East Brunswick is certainly winning their more than their share of balls in the air tonight. Again, except for that one unfortunate miscue early in the match, East Brunswick has had some domination here. I'm sure Coach McKibben will feed on that at halftime and try to keep the boys motivated for the second half. Handelman chest it down. Little nudge from behind. No call by the official. Hajar will settle it down. Handelman back to Hajar. He's got time and space on the right side. Nice through ball to Brandsdorfer. Little too far. Over Abramowitz head. Fiorentino, the speedy little sophomore. You don't want to give him any space. And we got a dangerous play on the Bears. Quick restart by the Vikings. Foley. Still with the ball. A little holding on both ends, so the referee lets it go. And now he calls Foley for a charge. Bromwitz with a little time. Trying to eat up the space there. Chance for the Bears. Oh, Bromwitz not taken down. Shot by Bransdorfer. Nice stop by Liebring. I think Bromwitz is half taken down. I don't know if it hadn't looked like he was diving. Referee may have called it, you never know. Fans voicing their displeasure with that non-call. Oh, tough first touch there, could lead to trouble. Zenda. Deep. Shalakar punches that one out. Nice job. There's no way he could catch that one. He did a great job to punch that one off. Well, even though they're got a 1-0 deficit, they're playing much better than they did on Tuesday against Piscataway. A little more coordinated effort here. Nice touch by Selby trying to find Sato. The race is on. Fiorentino. Hajar's got to hustle back as Zena's got a heck of a throw in. That one's deep, punched out again. And he's going to call a charge on the Vikings. Another nice play by Shalakar. Kind of in a vulnerable position as he was extending himself to punch that ball out. He got charged by the Viking player. Good call by the referee. Bransdorfer trying to control that. Unsuccessful. Sato flicks it over to Selby. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Selby. He's on the right side here. Campos with a turn. Another free kick for the Bears, deep in the Viking end. Handelman, see if he cracks at the net. That was deflected. That's going to be a corner kick. Time winding down here in the first half. See if he can keep that kick a little shorter than his last effort. Nice ball. Oh, right to Liebring. Nobody challenging the keeper. And Liebring will take his time as they have the lead. Tyree with a little flick on. Handelman. Faxade. Bransdorfer trying to establish position. Good job. Trying to cut around the corner. And that'll do it for the first half. Dominated by the Bears, but they are at the short end of a 1-0 score on an early goal in the 5th minute. We'll take a break and we'll be ready for the second half momentarily. Okay, we're back. Getting ready for the second half. Teams out in the field just waiting, awaiting the referees. We'll have a goalkeeper change for the Bears. Dan Shalikar, who did a superb job in the first half, replaced by another senior, Alex Feld. It's a rotation they've been doing most of this year. Referees line themselves up, synchronizing their watches. And we are off. Let's see if the Bears can sustain that momentum from their first half. The wind has died down, which will benefit the Bears now, as it was, well, here it comes again. And we'll get a free kick for the Bears. Naru Sato, junior defender. Ball flicked away by Gurney, but not quite the direction he wanted to. Hajar steps up, tries to lay it off. He's taken down by Sean Tyree. Brad Reiner will survey the situation and chip it nicely into the box. South Brunswick's definitely gone into a defensive shell. Feld will opt for the short throw out. Crossfield pass to Justin Granite. Reiner. Sato heading up, looking with his head up. Nice job. Granite tries to flick it ahead to Foxadri. Hajar playing it back. Trying to keep the ball in was Nick Salazar. And he does, and knocks it out and takes one in the stomach too. Bears with plenty of space through the middle of the field. Granite. Boy, South Brunswick giving the Bears all kinds of space in the middle third. That'll cause a little bit of concern for Coach Haston. Seems odd to be saying that for the opposition. After a number of years of the East Brunswick having a coach Haston. As I said at the beginning, we wish him all the best as he is trying to recover from illness. Foxode. Hajar. Again, South Brunswick dropping numbers back, but leaving big gaps in the midfield. Oh, it was a takedown away from the play. I don't know what the referee was missing on that one. As Campos got taken down right at the top of the box. The ball nowhere near him. Nice play by Felt. Now he's got to scramble back, but he's got all the time in the world now. We got a little gamesmanship here. Ball played through, Feld yelling, making sure everybody knows that he's there to take the ball. Reiner taking it down the right side. And a foul against the Bears. And more numbers back for South Brunswick, even though they got possession. Campos. Nice feed over to Hajar. Campos again. He's got Hajar on his left. Puts it through the middle, but Tyree's right there. Referees seem to be letting a lot go these days, or this game. Morgan in the back. Touch over to Sato. Nice combination. Hajar lets it go to Granite. Ball down the corner to Abramowitz. Abramowitz with the ball, walking in. Ball across. Oh. It's a quick restart on the throw-in, but they couldn't capitalize. I thought for sure Abramowitz was going to try to take it around the keeper and put it in himself, as there was nobody coming down the right side. Instead, it results in a free kick. Excuse me, a goal kick, which is a free kick. Viking sideline unhappy with that call. And again, 10 yellow jerseys along the 18-yard box. Ball chipped in, headed away by Gurney. Liebring way off his line. Nice head over to Granite. Shielded away nicely by Keller at midfield. Abramowitz. Nice ball across. Let's see if Salazar can catch up to it. Good defensive play by Tyree, but Salazar keeps control, dribbling through the middle. I don't know what kind of trap you want to call that by Reiner, but whatever it was, it worked. Now both teams shouting out directions to each other on the field. Reiner loses it out of bounds. Saviano taken down in the middle. Good call by the ref that time. Gonna have an offside call. I think it was a wrong call, as the whistle should have been blown when the kick was taken if he was in an offside position, not when the ball got there. Handelman measures that one. And off of Tyree's long hair. Salazar. Bears trying to regain some of that momentum that they've had earlier, or actually for most of the match down in the Viking end. And Handelman will boot it long downfield in hopes that Campos could get under it. Morgan with Tyree in pursuit, and the ball will go over to East Brunswick. Evan Brandsdorfer into the match for Nick Salazar. Gets a little pat in the back from Coach McKibben for his hard effort out there. Campos trying to find some nice ball. Plays it nicely over to Granite. Anyway, to take down the middle of the field. This time they saw it, as Campos was away from the play. They're going to drop a nice little chip just far enough out so Liebring. Beautiful ball. Nice. Tries to swing it down. Now we're going to have a free kick, as Campos again was getting nudged from behind. Right at the top of the box. Ask for 10 yards and fire away from that spot. Referee's trying to make sure that nobody encroaches out there within that 10-yard. It's goal. Foxaday on the free kick, and the Bears have tied up the match. Boy, that was a well-deserved goal. They have worked hard all night. So in the 54th minute, the Bears have finally tied it up. And they're getting some heat. The referee's getting some heat from the South Brunswick sideline over that call. And coach better be careful because the referee's getting a short fuse over there. But that was a long overdue goal with the pressure they've had tonight. I watch for South Brunswick to come out of their defensive shell now. And Campos draws yet another foul there. It's 3 in a row. He's an active little kid out there right now. You can see now in that free kick, South Brunswick didn't have 10 people back on the line. They had 3 staying up near the midfield. Morgan crosses field there to try to open up some space. Nice touchback. Headed out by the Vikings. Granite looking for time and space. Morgan touches it wide right again. Get the Vikings running around. Headed over to Granite. Just a little too short. Granite with a flick on. I'm sorry, that was Foxaday. Well, I'm happy Amir scored. I'm going to call him Amir for the rest of the night because I'm sure to butcher the name. That was a good non-call by the referee that time as both players were going for the same ball. Nice interception. Flick on by Amir. Brandsdorfer making a nuisance of himself down in that Viking end. And we got a stoppage in play here. So we have an injured East Brunswick player down the field. We're going to take a timeout for a minute while he gets attended to. And we'll be right back. We're back as Amir Foxaday comes off the field. Getting congratulatory back slaps after scoring. And we hope he's all right. I'm sure he'll be back out there soon. And the Bears will get another throw in deep in South Brunswick end. Ball looked like it slipped off the hands on that throw. And Liebering settles it down. It's off a long punt. That'll come right all the way down to Alex Feld. See the field opening up a little bit, not such tight marking as there was in the early portion of the game by South Referee had his whistle in his mouth. I don't know why. What happened that time? Why he didn't blow the whistle? Those are the kind of non-calls that start problems later on. So we'll hope it doesn't. Nice dribble through the middle. Campos. Back to Reiner. Well, if this game should end in a tie at regulation, we will play a maximum of 2 10-minute overtimes with the golden goal rule in effect. If a team should score, the game would end right then and there. Reiner plays it wide right. Bransdorfer trying to shield off Tyree, spins on him. I think Bransdorfer has Tyree's fingerprints all over him right now. South Brunswick trying to mount an attack. Jeremy Boyd plays it wide left to John Ehlers. He misplayed it, goes out of bounds, and quick restart. And we got an injured Bear limping off the field. Number 19, Naru Sato, will come off, and replacing him will be Lee Selby. Bransdorfer pops it up. Play getting a little ragged right now. Morgan with a step up. Bransdorfer by him, Campos with Abramowitz racing onto it. Oh, this near side referee's looking at. Raphael Smith. Foley to take the throw in for the visitors from South Brunswick. Blind pass into the middle. Campos way back on defense. And you're going to get a Viking throw deep in the box. From Zach Zenda. Nice clearing play. See if they can catch the Vikings on their heels. Campos racing down. Handelman. Nice dish off to the right side. Chip into the box. Abramowitz trailing. And you're not going to get a call there. Granite pops it up in the air. Again, off Morgan's head. Selby over to Handelman. Two Bears run into each other. Send it with a left foot. He'll sail that past the goal on the left. It's only the second or third goal kick the Bears have had all night. Bromwitz trying to shake past the defender. Probably not a wise move to try to shoot from such a tough angle, but Faxade will come in for Selby. Campos heads it nicely through. Nice shot by Reiner, but that was a nice header by Campos over to Reiner. Coach McKibben's got to feel great about the way the Bears have played so far. Handelman been very steady on that right side when he's been out there. Nice ball down the right side, and that's going to result in a corner kick. You want to get that kick out there just far enough so Liebering's indecisive on whether he should come out or not. But you don't want to overkick your teammates. Nice ball across. Shot blocked down. A dangerous play by Campos as he tried to play it blindly back to himself, but didn't see the defender behind him. Handelman again, he's had a very solid game. Trying to find Brandsdorfer, but Evan got twisted around there and couldn't recover in time. Good play by Feld to keep the ball away from the orange-charging Viking forward. In case you just joined us, we're 26 minutes into the second half on senior night here at East Brunswick High School. Boys varsity soccer match between the East Brunswick Bears and the South Brunswick Vikings. We're tied at 1-1. South Brunswick scored early in the match. A little defensive miscue, but South Brunswick was there to capitalize on an open net. And 14 minutes into the second half here, Amir Faxade had a free kick just at the top of the 18-yard box and fired it into the top right corner. And right now the referees seem to be losing a little bit of control over this. Bromwitz. Bears have done a marvelous job of opening up some space, switching the ball from left to right and vice versa. South Brunswick's just dropping back right now. He's going to call a dangerous play and a yellow. It's going to be an indirect kick. Now this is about a similar position to where the Bears scored their first goal, or their only goal. However, it's an indirect kick, so it's got to touch a second player before it can go into the net. It cannot be shot directly into the net. Watch him just to roll it forward and Amir to fire another shot. And he does, and Liebring's right there to get it. He's calling it offside, which is probably the bad call for South Brunswick, because now Liebring's got to put the ball on the ground to kick it out instead of punt it. That should have been a non-call. Headed back by Fox O'Day. And a fine job tonight also by the East Brunswick cheerleaders. We're seemingly at every event held at this school. There they are. And he gets South Brunswick players giving a little bit of lip to the referee. He's on the verge of getting himself a yellow card. Campos, another player who's had a solid game, making a lot of noise up front. Him and Evan Bransdorf have been buzzing around the defense. Good combination out there. If there is justice, one of them will put the winning goal home tonight. Morgan steady as a rock back there. It's Campos on a break-in. He's got Vaverka. See if he can get it across. Oh, nice play all around. And a goal! The Bears pressure all night, and they finally scored a tiebreaker. Brad Reiner for the Bears, and the Bears have jumped up on top 2-1. Reiner gets the goal, but you got to give a lot of credit to Robert Campos on that one, doing an excellent job to keep the ball away from the keeper. But not only that, but getting across from such a sharp angle and keeping it in the field of play, too. And Reiner did exactly what you need to do. Trail the play. Now South Brunswick trying to put some pressure on. Ball dangerous out front. And that one sent way wide by Brian Keller. And now the Bears will take their time. As we're still about 9 minutes left in this match unofficially. The referee's time is the official time out there. Not what they were hoping for off that goal kick, because now they turn it right back over to South Brunswick. And now you'll see the Vikings converting from their defensive shell to bringing everybody up at this point. Watch Mike Morgan to be a key in this half as the Vikings try to feed the ball into the box, and Morgan has been tremendous on those balls in the air all night long. And we're going to have a little stoppage here. As is far side of the field, we have an injured Bear. Can't quite make out his number right yet. That's Raphael Smith over there, the sophomore midfielder. And he'll jump on the cart and be driven around the other side of the field for a look-see from the trainers. And he gets a nice hand from the crowd. And Lee Selby will come back into the match, replacing Smith. Key now for the Bears is not to get over anxious, just play patient and keep doing what they've been doing. Hajar. Reiner. Fancy footwork. Just lops one into Liebring. I'm sure Coach McKibben would have looked for a little more playmaking and passing there instead of giving Liebring a free punt. Tyree. Saviano let the ball go as he thought he was going to be offside. Nice header by the Bear defender. It'll result in a corner kick for the Vikings. Corner kick headed away. And they'll take their time now. Nice play by Feld. Rolls it out to Foxaday. Bransdorfer and Campos up front trying to make something happen. Good positioning by Handelman. There's a danger of having too many of the Bears packing it back into the defense. You don't want it to turn into a shooting gallery. Campos, a lone Bear up front. Ball headed off the football crossbar. I'm sure this is the kind of effort and more or less a coordinated teamwork that Coach McKibben's been looking for all season long. Let's see if they can stay with a victory. Vaverka. I'm not quite sure what this guy on the near side has been looking at tonight. I guess we all have bad days once in a while. He picked his on television, though. Well, unofficially, we've got about 4.5 minutes left. Bears challenging again. And they score. And that should put them away. Evan Brandsdorfer, the sophomore, gives the Bears that cushion they've been longing for quite some time. Well, the home crowd is very appreciative of the effort put by these guys tonight. It's definitely the strongest performance this year. And as we said at the beginning of the match, even though their record's 4-4-1 so far, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And if they can build upon this one, it's going to carry him a long way to the balance of the season. They may want to have all the rest of their matches on TV playing like this. And with 4 minutes left, there's definitely a sense of desperation on the part of South Brunswick right now. I think it was the first time all year they've given up 3 goals in a match. It's Campos again on Viverka, putting pressure on him. Two little pests out there, Brandsdorfer and Campos for the Bears. Creating havoc back there on defense for the Vikings. Foxaday directing in the midfield. Yeah, the amazing thing is they're playing without 2 of their top players, Hiro Sato and Brian Robles. Lofted gently into the box. Abramowitz trying to keep it in play. No need, he'll throw it in. Granite. And he'll take another throw in. Touch back to Campos, gets the ball across. Brandsdorfer looking for his second of the night. Just couldn't get a foot on it. Nice interception by Selby. Campos again. He's got Brandsdorfer on the right. It looks a little offside. We'll see. Abramowitz. Selby giving him suffocating defense in the midfield there. And Zenda with a pretty obvious takedown in the midfield. And referee's going to stop the clock for a second. It's Chris Hajar got taken down pretty violently in the midfield there. Some frustration on the part of the Vikings right now, as their 6-2 record is about to go to 6-3. Headed back into the middle. Hajar will be patient. Morgan pushes it out wide to Reiner. I see that's a disadvantage for the Viking keeper right now. because now he's got to play the ball off the ground instead of the punt. That should have been a non-whistle because you just took away the advantage from the keeper. And now we're going to get a yellow card on Dan Gurney. His night will be over, as we have unofficially about a minute and a half left in the match. As chippy as the game's been, the Bears have done a great job of maintaining some discipline out there, as they know what happens when you get either 2 yellow cards or a red card. You're not going to be dressing for a while. There we got an offside call. You got to feel good for these kids right now. They've worked hard. And 3 goals for them. Might as well be 30 goals with the trouble they've had early in the season trying to score. Got a handball on the yellow. And you can sense the Vikings have waved the white flag as they're not bringing numbers up. It's almost like they're content with their fate here. Trying to make a last-ditch effort to see if they can get some momentum. And that'll do it. And I guess what you could call a mild upset. The Bears dominated the South Brunswick Vikings here 3-1 after an early goal in the 5th minute by South Brunswick and a 1-0 deficit at halftime. The Bears came storming back with 3 goals in the second half. Amir Faxadri in the 54th minute, Brad Reiner with what turned out to be the game winner in the 80th minute, and the icing on the cake by sophomore Evan Brandsdorfer in the 86th minute. That'll do it for myself and the staff of EBTV. We thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again.